Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Shifting Gears with Grayson Harris and Whitney Cow.
Hey, hey.
All right, let's not wasting any time. Let's just get right into this. All right, Volkswagen has way too much money. They have $200 billion that they can just put into something. That's something being making more electric vehicles.
Sure.
Between now and 2027, they're going to be investing nearly 200 billion. I'm saying it again because it doesn't sound right. The operating profit is up 13% compared to 2022, with EV deliveries rising 26%. So these are sort of the numbers that they're using to justify this monumental investment. The overall delivery numbers have actually declined by about 7% or so because of supply chain issues and logistics issues. That being said, though, that's definitely not slowing them down in any significant way. But Volkswagen kind of has a place near and dear in our heart because, well, they have an assembly plant right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Sure do.
That all kind of started there, actually. They opened up. It actually just recently opened up, but they started production in 2020 of the Battery Engineering Lab. So they've been basically investing a lot of major resources into EV production since then. So shout out to our hometown company over there, even though they're based out of Germany.
I'd be interested to know where these EV deliveries are going and if they're local versus
dealerships, I would think, right?
I mean, I'm not sure because the charge and the battery life on these are not substantial, right?
No, but I mean, I would argue none of them really are. This an electric vehicle is not going to be a long commute vehicle. I mean, if you got to drive an hour to go to work, you're going to have to wait a while before electric vehicles, or more importantly, actually, the resources to charge them are more prevalent. So, yeah, they're investing a lot of money into it, but it's going to be interesting to see how the infrastructure keeps up. Because even though they have that battery engineering lab here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, there was also a report that Chattanooga, Tennessee is actually extremely low on the list of cities in the United States that are prepared for the transition to electric vehicles. So that meaning there's not a lot of public charging stations and stuff like that. So the irony is evident. So hopefully at least a little bit of that 200 billion goes into setting us up over here at home, because we've been a nice little home for them, I would say, right?
No.
I mean, come on.
We have plenty of public bicycles, though. I will tell you
That's
that
true.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they're not the electric ones. Thankfully, not the electric ones we talked about last week, or else that would be a much bigger problem.
Well, I'm sure it's no surprise for those of you that follow or are part of the logistics industry that layoffs have been prevalent for many months, but it has come to a head in February with almost 17,000 jobs being cut across the industry.
Just in February too, that's wild.
Yeah, and a lot of it is due to a slowdown in e-commerce. So we saw a boom of e-commerce when the pandemic was at an all-time high because people couldn't leave. So everything that they needed or wanted was brought to their homes. And now that part of the economy is regulating itself, we are starting to see where that huge need for jobs is now diminishing. And honestly, without something similar to another pandemic, the question is, will we ever need that many jobs in the industry again? Or will the leveling of the economy on top of robotics start taking place of some of those roles that were previously filled?
I don't think it's going to be, we'll never see a supply chain boom again. I think it's just going to be, it's going to look different.
Right. Well, and history will repeat itself, right? Like this isn't the first ebb and flow that we've seen in the supply chain, and it will by no means be the last. And I think there were a lot of interesting contributing factors to this specific one. And one of those being the advancement in technology. I'm not a conspiracy theorist of robots are taking our jobs.
Well, that's no fun.
We'll save that podcast for another day.
Oh, good.
But, I do think that it's something notable to look at is what are the parts of the supply chain that are blossoming versus the ones that we're seeing kind of wither away or at least downsize. Well, we're about to talk about the Girl Scouts.
Oh, that's not silly. That's delicious.
Okay, raise your hand if you like Girl Scout cookies. Yep. So Little Brownie Bakers, which is a manufacturer of Girl Scout cookies, announced that they are experiencing supply chain issues, which feels more like a crisis to those of us that enjoy the cookies. So there was a storm that knocked out the factory in
Louisville, Kentucky?
Yes, it was in Kentucky.
I just know that off the top of my head. I knew where I love tag-alongs so much. I just knew where it was. Yeah, we have an editor for that. Sure.
Right. Sure. It's Grayson. Yeah. So, anyways, there was a storm that hit the factory in Kentucky, which is about where 75% of these are manufactured, which is lightly alarming. The rest are in Virginia. So we're going to see a dip in about 75% of the produce that we would get from Girl Scout cookies. Yeah.
That is so terribly sad.
I know. The teams are working overtime. They're doing the best that they can to make up for this loss, but it was pretty substantial. So if you're looking around and you're like, where are the Girl Scouts this spring? It's because the Girl Scout industry has taken a hit.
What's happened to our country?
I know.
We used to be a proper country.
But if you're in dire need and you just gotta get your fix of Girl Scout cookies, you can still go on sites like eBay. Did you know you can buy Girl Scout cookies on eBay?
I've never been so down bad that I've gone to auction for tag-alongs.
Well,
but I might.
If you do, there is a solution. I will say, though, some of these boxes of Girl Scout cookies are being resold for upwards of $30 a box.
That's a steal. All right, Whitney. I have a question for you.
All right.
Whitney, would you consider yourself a sports fan?
Absolutely not.
Perfect. So the NCAA college basketball tournament started this week. It is a big deal for everyone except for Whitney. So we're going to play a little game here. We're going to have her guess some college team logos.
Good.
And we'll see how well she does here. So here's what you need to do for me. You need to name the name of the school, like where it is, and then the mascot. Okay.
Okay. And this is for what sport?
We're off to a good start here. This is for basketball, but I mean these are college teams, so these are all sports.
So these aren't the big ones that I'm used to seeing. Great.
We'll see. We'll see. All right.
This looks like a mythological creature to me.
All right.
That kind of looks like it's got the back end of like a Taurus. There's a C on it, but I don't think it's Chicago. I genuinely don't even know what animal this is supposed to be. It looks like a chicken. C is for chicken in this.
You're not off. You're not. The C is not for chicken, but you're on the ballpark here. So let's go ahead and let's just venture a guess here. You're not allowed to look up in this corner because I just noticed that it's up there.
Oh, I feel like this is a word I might get in trouble for saying out loud.
Well, you just saw it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. It's just if I'm not far off and it's for chicken, then a male chicken is a cog.
Let it fly, baby. Let's go. Okay. All right. So,
really uncomfortable saying that out loud.
Okay. So it's the Gamecocks.
Okay.
All right, but where are they from? What?
I couldn't tell you. Probably like Nebraska. I know that's not right, but that's where I associate chickens.
So you think it's the Nebraska Gamecocks?
Sure.
South Carolina Gamecocks.
Okay.
All right.
South Carolina.
Next.
Pick a new mascot. Oh, that's Texas.
Texas what?
Longhorns.
I was hoping you'd say Texas Cows.
No, I only know that because my husband's father is a Texan.
Ah, fair enough. All right.
That logo is all over our house.
Good. I should have started with that one. What about this one?
That's Kentucky, right?
Kentucky what?
I mean, I'm guessing university because there's a giant U on it, and I don't know what that animal is.
Take a guess.
It's a bird, not a plane, not Superman.
The Kentucky, not a bird, not a plane, not Superman's?
Yep.
The Kansas Jayhawks.
Kansas Jayhawks. That's what I meant.
Oh my goodness. All right, up next. What do we got here?
Oh, is that the Chattanooga Red Wolves? Nope, that's the soccer team.
Chattanooga Red Wolves. You're totally right.
Was I?
No, it's the Connecticut Huskies.
Huskies. Good job, Connecticut.
What do we have here? This one should be easy. Come on.
Okay, can you tell me the state? Because I think I know what this is.
North Carolina.
Blue Devils?
Yes. Where? Who? What school are we talking about?
In North Carolina. I don't know all the schools in North Carolina. They have some.
Just take a wild guess.
The University of North Carolina.
The University of North Carolina Blue Devils.
Sure.
There's going to be some angry people out there. It's Duke Blue Devils.
Great.
What do we have here?
The Georgia Bulldogs. Georgetown dog in color.
As a former University of Georgia student, I am appalled right now. I am
not going to be welcomed back into the doors of our company with this knowledge.
I'm almost cheating with this one because
you know what's unfortunate is how confident I was.
That's why I was like, yeah, I picked this one. I'm almost cheating because I knew you would say that. It's the Georgetown Hoyas. Do I know what a Hoya is? No, I do not.
It looks jowly.
It looks like my grandfather.
That's unfortunate for your grandfather.
No, he's a handsome man.
Okay.
What do we have here?
A turtle.
You're not wrong. So we'll go ahead and...
See, the thing is, a lot of states start with an M, so I'm going to go with Michigan. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Michigan Turtles?
Sure.
Maryland Terrapins. Next.
Well, that is definitely a North Carolina.
Yeah. North Carolina what?
I mean, it looks like a ram to me.
North Carolina Ram. The 2023 Dodge Ram. North Carolina Tar Heels.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
if you say so. What do we have here?
Well, now I'm terrified of all dogs in spiky colors. Can I pass?
No, absolutely not. Georgetown.
On to the next one.
All right, what's this one?
That looks like Yosemite Sam.
From where? Yosemite Sam from what university? It's UNLV. Just use your imagination.
My imagination is going to get me in trouble at this.
That's true.
Yep. Yeah. Next. The Vikings.
With
swords.
The Vikings with swords? Virginia Cavaliers.
Great. How? There's not even, it's just a picture of a sword. That could have been pirates. That could have been samurais. Those could have been ninjas. There's absolutely no way that somebody could narrow down what a sword stands for. And I think that is ridiculous that it's an expectation here in our country.
All right, we've gotten Whitney riled up, so I think this might be a good spot to end.
Is that the last one?
That was the last one. Yeah, and frankly, I don't want to show you anymore. I don't want to make you any more angry than you already are at the V swords. Good job, though.
I don't know that I've ever been to, that was so close to me slapping you in the face, to a basketball game that wasn't outside of the schools that I have actually attended. Mm-hmm. I've been to soccer games and I've been to football games. I have been to 3 different baseball games. Yep. And that's the extent of my knowledge of sports. I could name off a couple of ice skaters and some gymnasts, and that's about the extent of my knowledge. So we should wrap up this podcast. Go get your Girl Scout cookies from eBay.
Enjoy the basketball tournament.